All right, Peter, you're on the show. We're eating the wings.
I'm here.
Got some questions for you.
All right, let's hear the first one.
You know, I've known you for a long time, bud. Been around for the long haul.
It's true.
And, you know, sometimes fans will recognize you in
Chili's.
anywhere. Yes, Chili's,
Literally anywhere.
wherever. And how do you feel about it? Because I got to say, because I'd be sitting next to you, and I'm like, you know, it's interesting. It just wouldn't happen to me otherwise that some random stranger would come up to the table excited to see you. So I'm just curious, how do you feel about it? Like, how do you react?
I think it's hysterical, honestly, because I'm, you know, normally a very private person. I just, you know, I do my thing and I go on my adventures, and then I just get like recognized anywhere now. I think at first it surprised me, and then now I've kind of gotten used to it, and it just kind of I get a kick out of getting recognized in random places. I think one of the most random was with you. We were like 2:00 in the morning at like Jamaica train station. It was like a drunk dude that just stumbles over and was like, "How is he even seeing me? Let alone recognizing somebody from the internet?"
Bro, he literally yelled like, kind of like down the platform a little bit, like, "Oh, Peter got on the internet?" It was some shit like that, bro. We were like stunned a little bit because
I thought he was going to come over to ask us for money or attack us.
But how long ago is this? Also, I think that's like context.
Good God, I think that was 2016.
Jeez, it feels like 10 years.
A few
I
weeks
think it
ago
was
when
like
we
maybe
went,
15. Actually, it was 2015. It was the year the video went viral. And that's why we were surprised. It was like, oh,
Chris,
shit.
you remember a few
weeks.
weeks ago we went out. We went to the Tri-County Flea Market.
Tetanus shot.
Yeah, and we went to go eat in that burger joint that you recommended.
Oh, yeah.
And we're eating in the restaurant. And
the local burger in
local
Bayshore.
burger.
Oh, yeah.
It was all right.
We almost got out.
It was all right.
Went there because you
It's
had
not
to.
great. It's a little bit like,
Well, Joe doesn't like anything, so.
No, Joe was right.
Oh, no. He doesn't fucking like anything.
We went to Brooklyn and ate pizza and you complained.
This is accurate. He did. It just wasn't the
but
same.
you
It
know
wasn't
what?
as good as
Joe's
it
right.
used to be. That's
It's a
Joe's.
sin.
Even
Joe-
though that's where like
High
it
standards.
originated.
Joe
in
on
New York.
his headstone, it would say, wasn't as good as it
really
used to be.
wasn't that good.
True.
It's a sin.
Well,
No, he's not wrong.
We're at this burger place, and I said to Chris, I'm like, I can't believe, like, you know, nothing. Rob hasn't been recognized yet. No one said anything. As soon as we fucking got up to leave after we ate, a group of guys, I think they're all hanging out maybe at a bachelor party. They're like, "Hey, aren't you real life Peter Griffin from the internet?"
Just me in the flesh.
And then
Me and Joe were outside already, and I was like, Joe, let's go back inside because it was cold. It was freezing. I was like,
quite
let's
cold
go back
that day.
inside because
And
we're
of
going
course,
to
I
be
didn't have my
out
jacket.
here.
I had a hoodie, and I was like freezing my ass off.
Well, the one thing you got to know, too, is, like, there's 10 people that definitely know. There's 3 people that are like, holy shit. And there's one who has enough. There's one person who has enough courage to be like, yo. So there's usually that. It's like not everyone's going to run up. And from my perspective, it's like I know Peter loves watching people get a kick. So it's cool. Like, it's all good. Most times, it's never, like you said, people are, they have the courtesy to let them finish.
Say is if I'm like in the middle of eating.
Right, exactly. They don't, they respect usually that distance and that space, and they're not going to just bombard you.
lunch
So that's, you know, people are usually pretty respectful, but yeah.
All right, what's the next question for me?
Who's got one? Come on,
I
we've been friends with
have
Peter.
a weird one for you.
All right, let's hear the
Read
weird
the weird
one.
ones. We heard all the regular ones.
I know you're a wrestling fan.
Yeah.
You're an old school wrestling fan. I know you've been working out quite a bit recently. Would you ever consider stepping into the squared circle as the real life Peter Griffin and doing a full-fledged match? I know you fought a chicken, but I'm talking about entrance, bell rings, full-fledged.
Honestly, it's a dream come true. If it would happen, I used to talk about this with my buddy CJ all the time, who played the giant chicken in the wrestling match that we put on, and we want to do one with the full regalia. We're not done doing that that battle.
Too, you know?
We want the whole 9, and we kind of did that on the battle. I mean, you can't see it on the YouTube video, but he comes out as the Chicken King instead of the Macho King, and we had a whole thing behind it. He had like the cape and everything. He came out. It was hysterical. He had the tape on the feathers and shit. And we want to have like a real match in a ring, and we want to plan it out.
I think that would sell. I think.
I would love to do that shit. I mean, shit.
I
If the
can't believe
WWE
nobody's
did a fucking Colonel Sanders match with a giant.
I don't understand how how does no one in that circuit even see that opportunity?
You went to that show.
I know.
Though,
I look at it and I go, this guy would be the biggest draw.
I go viral on every wrestling.
You gave that kid a Dominator when you came out.
I hit him with the Dominator, and we showed the Dominator to Ron Simmons. Chris was with me.
We just haven't seen him in the ring.
He had a good chuckle.
Doing Damn. Anybody out there know how to make that happen? We want to get Peter in the ring.
Yeah, I want to see him pile drive somebody.
That would be. Wouldn't that be epic?
What you wish for.
That's so funny.
Oh man.
Yeah. All right. What's my question?
I'm going to intervene and ask a question to Rob
Joe,
because I feel like I haven't really
Peter.
contributed. What is it like going to all of those cons and having to do what you do? Like
it is exhausting, Like I will give it that. And the
Definitely give you a
older
lot
I
of
get,
credit.
the more exhausted I am. I've been doing this since I was like 22, 23 years old. So now I'm feeling the age.
Yeah.
And
God, it's really hitting us all.
God,
hate it.
But
Especially Chris and his nostrils.
Yeah, especially me.
What about Chris?
They're fucking leaking already. He's got leakage.
Oh my God!
My nose is
Do you have paper
slightly
towels, Chris?
I'm not fucking. I don't need a tissue or
Peter's
nothing.
answering a question.
My nose is. Yeah,
We're making it about Chris.
But
always gotta make it about
it's a lot of fun.
How bad do your feet kill you at the end of the night?
Oh God, the puppies are barking. Who let the dogs out?
Yeah, the convert shoes, like the
Good
shoes
God.
have to change.
Honestly, though, the best thing after like a con, is if I'm like staying at a hotel and they have a jacuzzi.
Oh yeah.
Good
Hell
God,
yeah.
human soup really helps.
Oh, that's the best, right?
Really helps.
Oof.
That's what I call it.
It's good.
But it's a lot of fun. I am path happiness. You know me.
Yeah, dude, you
And that's
love
really
he
how
feeds
I.
off it.
Yeah.
I've been
So
on the
it's kinda
way
like a
with
high
him.
that you come down from, and then you get the post-con depression to mix with the regular. And then
Oh,
I've
God,
seen
if we
that.
ever go to,
I've seen that.
if you ever get to go to
Hate
Hawaii,
myself
I'm going,
cocktail,
dude.
you know?
It's happening.
If he goes to Hawaii,
If he's going to Hawaii, yeah, I'm going.
Joe's,
I don't care.
Joe's- like Kelly
Joe's
King.
jumping
I
in
don't
the
give a fuck
luggage
how
for the
much
trip
my
to
ankle's
Hawaii.
hurt or anything. Yeah, I'm
I'll go to
fucking
Hawaii.
so in.
I want to go to Hawaii.
I would love that.
All right, so here's my question, guys. So John Favreau, Dave Filoni doing an interview, and basically John Favreau says that Grogu spent 2 years with Luke training.
Oh.
2 years in the timeline.
So what the fuck was Din doing that whole time?
There you go.
no.
Instant question.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, what the fucking fuck?
Yeah,
Somebody
where's
triggered
the fucking
Siri, I
space?
can't turn it
Like,
off.
What's
You know?
going on?
So I think
Siri,
you're probably
stop.
of the same opinion that it's confusing. Because I think it's a little confusing. You watched all of Mando, right?
Yeah. Mando.
So
Settle down, man. Don't forget the kid. Forget the spice.
So do you feel like it was 2 years between when Grogu went with Luke and then revisited with Din?
Meanwhile, he just had a
part of
weekend
me-
camp with fucking Yoda and Dagobah.
Right?
Seems like
They
a
only
He was
spent like
ready to
6
fight
weeks.
the Emperor. Like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, it's a little weird. It's a little. But I mean, hey, in my mind, they could do whatever the
Although
fuck they
I
want.
did
don't
hear
really-
about what
be
you
a
said. I
banger,
didn't
like-
listen to
Yeah, I
the
don't-
actual interview, but I did hear what
what we were
a rumor,
referencing.
and I think he was also misquoted. So I've heard. So I don't know.
I watched the video. Filoni's sitting with him. It does seem like they want to play with the time in between. They want to do a little more.
Little flashback
Yeah,
kind of
because
shit.
I'm trying to remember. Actually, doesn't the season end? Grogu goes with Luke, and then the next season is.
Yeah, it's like he's
It's Book
basically
of Boba.
back.
Book of Boba.
Oh yeah, Book of Boba was like the
just-
interim.
in
He
between.
goes with Luke, right?
No, he goes back with
When
Mando.
does he go back? In the same season?
we
I'm
lost
sorry.
Chris.
I'm trying to remember if that was the same season or a different season.
Yeah, that's when he gives him the chainmail.
I have to rewatch the season. I'm just trying to remember. It was the end of season 2 when Luke arrives and
Right.
saves Grogu. Right?
Correct.
Right.
And then
Season
And
then Book of Boba,
Book of Boba.
and then
Correct.
season 3 picks up,
Right.
and then
Correct.
Luke is like, make a choice.
correct. When,
Okay,
when
so
they
that's
did
fine
when
in
they
my
did the
book.
recap and they showed the armor saying, you took your helmet off
The Book
and
of
you
Boba, where there was
basically
one
kicked out of the
episode that
Mandalorians.
actually
They did
That
do
was
that
actually
in-
from Book of Boba.
Now now they're saying that it is squeezed in because they changed something. They decided to actually change the timeline back then because they wanted to maybe expand on what Din was doing and how long.
They probably
Grogu
also
was
have to
gone.
explain how Grogu has as many powers as he does.
Absolutely,
Because he's gonna
Really skipping
he's gonna
ahead.
have more abilities than we've seen.
but he's also 50.
I mean, he was able to
he's double Luke's
force
age.
grab that little bean and whatever the fuck
He was
stole
double
from.
Luke's age though. back, when we met him.
That's true.
So
That's true. He was 50.
I think we perceive him as something that he isn't, and he just can't communicate. So I think for us, we're like, oh, he's this little fucking infant thing, and
Well, it's like me with Joey, but like a little puppy Joey.
You don't know what's going on in his head.
91 years old.
We
the
really
dog.
have no clue. It's like this little thing could be thinking anything.
That show just fucking prints money.
Oh, it's
like everything that they introduced.
Great.
What a banger!
I said,
what an absolute banger.
I was talking in a group chat, and we were talking about Grogu and how he's just a marketing animal, and it was like they were sitting back when it hit or when they saw him, and they said, "We fucking did it."
Yeah.
They just knew this is a grand fucking slam.
It's fucking
gonna sell a trillion.
Star Wars Mickey.
That's what
it
about.
is.
But I trust what they do because I trust Filoni. I think there's people behind this that are all about the story. I don't necessarily think
Obi-Wan Filoni are
the
only
worst. Every time they try to make a little adjustment, like, oh my God, you just see the explosion and the reaction from the Star Wars fans, quote unquote, as our friend Peter likes to say. They just annihilate everything that is ever done. It's almost to the point where, like, you'd be like, why are we even doing this? Who are we doing this for?
Yeah.
But then you got to wait and let the kids see it and let the time go by.
It's also a huge in because there's none other of that species
Right.
in the
Correct,
entire
he's the
universe.
last.
So, they have a lot of leeway in terms of that character.
Also, where'd he come from? Like,
Where did he
there's
go?
so many questions
Where did
that
you
are
come
still
from,
not
Cut
answered.
Night Show?
Yep.
You know,